What's up, world? What's up, Zion? It's Prince Easy coming at you again, once more. So, we're gonna pick up from where we left up, like in timeline wise, if you get my drift. Right? So, we're gonna pick up from there, and then we're gonna progress further and further into newer things. Yeah. It reminds me of that parable of the wheat and the tares, right? The angels were eager, right? The reapers were eager, and they were told, wait, let them grow. As they grow, you're gonna find out the difference, right? And then groups are gonna appear. They're gonna be tied up in bundles. The good stuff, the wheat, will be stored. And well, the tares will be bundled up also, but they'll be thrown to the pit. Huh? The framing. We're gonna come back to this, right? Like I've always said, we've been here before. I don't know why this is controversial. Why is nobody saying nothing about the films about the Holocaust that is only talking about one group that was a victim of that whole situation? But again, it's the way of the world, I guess. Air supremacy, they say. Huh? It is contempt. Kenyans, what are they trying to distract you from? Because I don't believe that Kenyans as a nations care about fake essays. I don't know. Yeah. Quite interesting. All right. Well, like they say, it's on purpose, meaning it's by design, meaning it's the inevitable outcome of said design is to make them poor. Well, if we were to look at the nations whose population is on the rise, I would say the majority of them are in the third world countries, no, shithole countries. Right? Some places are even war zones. They are literally out producing first world nations, so them call themselves. Again, they made an observation, and they have found the culprit to be MAGA, which is a observation. Not the whole world. And again, why should it be framed as if we are meant to agree with everything? Again, we're going to circle back to this also. After 3 years, after protests in prisons, where was your voice back then protecting rapists? Yeah, they can, and actually they are allowed. It is called a recommendation. Again, they are being tricked. I've heard this before. I don't know. I figure the truth is gonna come out, right? There are a lot of testimonials out there, right? That somebody applied for a job, and somehow, some way, they did not really understand the job description, and boom, they just ended up in a boot camp, and boom, to the front line. That's how the story has been told. I saw this story last year. Right? So, yeah, okay, right? And this is literally money right there, and you're gonna leave. Okay, fine. Somebody else is gonna pick it up. Maybe the Arabs, maybe the Chinese, maybe the Russians. A lot of people out there, or even themselves. Made a demand. Okay, again another violation, so to speak. They have to turn off the tap, right? The Brits. Again, like I said, people who claim to be paying for, you see the projection that I said that we circle back to, right? They say that their enemies are paying for media propaganda whilst they are doing, right? Just imagine 60,000, 600,000 worth of ads. And this is just one entity, okay? There are others that do other tasks, right? They have it down to a science, these people. So we have been told. Right? Of course, they will try to distract you with something else. And I don't know, maybe say Antifa is organized and funded. Something in the lines of that. We're also going to circle back to this. And I think for a long time, Nigerians, you need to, I don't know, sit your ass back home and make your country, if not your country is there in Africa, right? You're leading professionals in other countries, like seriously, right? And then the same individuals have the gall to criticize the continent that they're supposed to be responsible for, right? They are targeting you, so as you can decide, choose Nigeria or choose to stay. They don't want to chase you. They know how important you are, right? Why only the G20 and its plan to end global? I don't know. Okay. Again, the phrases that keep being thrown around these days. Martyrdom. Was he a... Or does the word have a different meaning these days? Now, circling back. This is the second time for those who have been around. Was it last year or even this year? I don't quite remember. It's a distraction. What are they trying to distract you from? I don't know. But again, this has the potential to shift conversation, right? Because phones are directly tied to safety, ain't they? A lot is happening over there. Hmm? Being an ally does not mean that you agree on everything. What they were asking for is for them to be vassals, to basically, in other words, be yes men, so to speak. And that is not the time, right? The biggest moment, I think they captured the biggest moment right here, right? Well, the war that you should be fighting and the war that they are fighting, this is their money at work, right? The people who are violating you, and they are pinning it all on China, right? And they are oversimplifying the whole right to repair situation, right? It's a vast and deep situation, and rather a question about ownership, right? Who are these globalists, sir? And why is Europe blind? Right? Again, they're trying to shift blame. What are you gonna say? The UK's support for Israel, is it a globalist or is it a UK thing? How about your support for Ukraine? We can't even tell the difference anymore. So does it matter really? Because at the end of the day, who pays the price? Who pays the price? You know, that's right. Again, it's a belief. And like I said, I always call these secret societies the resistance, right? America was built up and propped up as the resistance. And here they try to examine if that is actually the truth, right? How about that? Again, Tucker painting a narrative. Yeah, people would say indeed there are elements and this and that, but nothing is conclusive. Nothing is conclusive. Quite interesting, right? Just the other day, I was thinking about PCBs for some reason. Quite an interesting piece, where we find honorable people. Well, the little horn. The little horn. Well, this is a digest of this story here. One, right? You can pause and read for that. Two, 3, and 4. Right? A proper digest. You can right. I done screen captured for you. Right? You want me to spoon feed you at? Look at that. The same people that they can't be pilots and stuff. Elon is a coward, you know. When it comes to Africa, she's all about, you know, all being sassy, talking to friends and pointing fingers to friends, or rather at friends, is it? And they're saying Africa should be free from some European powers. But what is this? A lot of drone sightings. Well, this is just preparation. This is just my opinion. Right? Just for the record. Another developing thing, right? I don't know why the United Kingdom had to get involved, since they are banned from using that whole situation because of their support for the killing of the masses. But again, this is a narrative. This is the thing they did, trying to pin it on. They're involved in one or the other, right? Look at the phrasing. Ship attacked in sea near coastal area of Yemen, dominated by Houthis. So what? Well, we shall hear more. So, that was just us catching up. Huh? Not that we are late. Right? You can literally listen to the last video I made and it would still be current. Literally pull videos from years back. Right? So the madness is cyclical. Right? Now, China, India, right? I think, again, like they say, the US has made China their target, so they say, right? And the movements that we are seeing from these individuals over here, right? We have drills in Copenhagen, right? Some of them were violated, right? Some of them were calling for, all sorts of articles to be activated. I almost lost the word over there, right? So I don't know, right? Libya, Egypt, yeah, wars are gonna erupt for you. Turkey, of course. That's why there was a little pushback on the Egyptian call for forming a security situation. Why did some countries refuse? It's beyond me, right? But the borders of China here, that's why India was a disaster for them to lose, right? Now they have to find the other way, Bangladesh or something, right? Or Myanmar, or Laos. You can almost see it, right? Creeping around, right? On this side we have Seoul and Japan. Just making maneuvers. My advice, Moscow, Belarus, yeah, buckle up. where is that? Don't remember the name of the country. Came to my mind about a week back. Right? The guy with he's Muslim, definitely. He has a Tesla and a machine gun mounted to it. And I forgot the country's name, right? Yeah, them one. Right? So you keep watching. Long range capabilities are gonna be the eventual end, so to speak. Right? Because again, like I said, what is Europe to do? Swallow their pride? Please. They've been at it for like hundreds of years. What do you think they will change in 2025? Them and their children, right? We are seeing the arrogance of their children even. But hey, we're gonna find out. Right? We are gonna find out. Right? But for them, yeah, they are planning wars. And that's it. And people gotta prepare for it. Right? You gotta prepare for it. So yeah. The moves in Syria, in Jordan, what do you think they are targeting? Right? Or their bases in the Horn of Africa. Right? And their bases off the coast of East Africa. Right? One big air base that they have. That's a big problem to us. Is it around here in the center, the Maldives or whatever? Or down here? I don't remember. Either way, it's a problem. Cannot be having no other army base in your country. It's embarrassing, right? And of course, the Caspian Sea is busy, right? So again, confirm who is who. Right? Confirm who is who. So anyway, it is what it is, right? They make choices, and I don't know. They have to understand that their choices have consequences, right? But anyway, let me put a pin on it right there. Prince Easy signing up. Love you. Bye.